So yun guys, good day. So today, another video discussion na naman tayo, but supposedly kasi itong presentation na to or yung discussion natin na to is a face-to-face natin gagawin. So yun, but yun nga, unfortunately, nagkasakit ang guro. So I think hindi ko kayo ma-meet tomorrow, okay? So by the time na pinapanood yung video na to, maybe hindi ako present during that day. Anyway, I'll try my best to, kung kaya naman, baka pakapasok din ako. But yun nga, I'll try my best to explain dito sa online discussion natin kung ano ba yung method of members naman. So this is the last topic for P2, and supposedly hanggang dito yung magiging coverage ng examination natin. Okay? So yun. So guys, for method of sections kasi saka method of joints, basically ang idea nun is to get the internal forces acting on the truss members. Okay? But guys, here naman sa method of members, yung structure na kino-consider natin are frames. Okay? So mamaya mag-dig deeper tayo kung ano ba yung mga frames na yun. Okay? But yun nga, ang idea natin ngayon is to know or to identify the frame analysis using the method of members. Kung dati truss analysis tayo, ngayon naman is frame analysis. Okay? Ang lesson objectives natin for this one is to distinguish the difference between truss and frame. So ito kasi mahalagang bagay dyan, okay? Para hindi natin mapagsama, para hindi natin mapagsama yung mga concepts and ideas that we have in mind, okay? So yun yung isa nating idea. The next one is analyze the internal forces. Wala naman ito pinagkaiba guys dun sa may una nating mga na-i-discuss before. Ang hinahanap lang din natin na to is internal forces. Mamaya i-explain natin bakit nga ba yan, okay? Bakit nga ba yun yung kailangan natin gawin, okay? So anyway, let's proceed, okay? So yun, internal forces pa rin naman hinahanap natin, unlike the method of joints and method of sections. Dito naman is a frames, okay? And may purpose yun kung bakit ganun, mamaya ipapakita ko din sa inyo, okay? And then the next one, or the last one, yung pinaka-favorite nating lahat, apply the equilibrium equations to determine reactions and internal forces. So ibig sabihin, hindi pa rin tayo nawawala dun sa idea ng equilibrium equations natin. Sabi nga sa inyo, gamit na gamit yan. Therefore, yan lang naman yung mga concept na kailangan nating aralin for this topic. Okay? Let's have an introduction. For frames, guys, frames are commonly used in building structures, machinery, scaffolding, and bridges. Okay? Where the members are not only connected at the joints but also experience bending due to the external loads. Understanding how to analyze frames is essential in both designing safe structures and ensuring their stability under various loading conditions. Okay? Kung maaalala nyo guys, sige, drawing lang ako ng simple truss dito. Okay? Kung maaalala nyo guys, ang truss kasi natin is, for example, here's your truss. Okay? And then meron dito, meron dyan. Okay? For example, yan yung simple truss natin. Okay? Wala. For example, ito yung simple truss natin, and then meron tayong mga joints dyan, tama? Guys, dun sa analysis natin before, yung mga forces na nag-a-act doon sa structure natin is only directed sa mga joints. Alam ko, naaalala nyo, laging sa joints lang yung mga forces na yan, or yung mga external forces. However guys, for frame analysis naman, pwede tayong magkaroon ng forces between this member. Okay? Ang tendency niyan, try natin i-isolate. Ibig sabihin, yung member na yan, okay, yung member na to, for example, this is A and B. Ibig sabihin, yung AB na yan, A, B, for example, hindi lang siya dito nagkakaroon ng forces na nag-a-act sa kanya, hindi lang sa joints. Ibig sabihin, meron din o pwede din magkaroon ng force dito. Sabihin natin force P. Ang tendency niyan, di ba sinabi, understanding how to, experience bending due to external loads. Ngayon, yung member mo na to, since bakal yan, di ba? Bakal is either bakal or kahoy yan. Ang tendency niyan, pagka nag-apply ka ng load dyan, ang tendency niyan is maka-experience yan ng bending, which is pa ganyan, di ba? Tama ba? O, yun lang naman yung pinagkaiba nun. Ang frames kasi guys, is hindi lang siya sa joint nagkakaroon ng mga loads natin or external loads. Yung mga external loads natin is pwede rin nag-a-act on the all throughout the section, pwede dun siya nag-a-act. For example, sa beam naman, okay? Yung beam guys, okay, is an example of frame din yan. Okay? Example yan yung beam mo. Diba? Hindi ka lang naman dito nagkakaroon ng mga external forces dyan, diba? Hindi lang naman dyan, hindi lang naman din dito. Yung beam mo, pwedeng magkaroon ng external force acting on this one, which is letter P. So, ang tendency niyan, magbe-bend din siya. Okay? Yung mga frames, guys, yung mga frames natin na tinatawag is yun, guys, yung mga para siyang truss. However, yung mga loadings natin is hindi lang directly dun sa mga joints or sa mga pin connections natin. So, pwede na siya nag-act all throughout or along the member. Okay, for example, eto. Una, sinabi yan is scaffold. Okay, this one guys is scaffold. Ito pa medyo familiar kayo dito and you should be familiar dito talaga. Kasi sa site, lagi nyo ito makikita. Kung titignan nyo, para siyang truss, diba? Connected siya. Teka, bagawin ko lang. Connected siya sa mga ganyan, okay? Sir, diba dapat parang magiging truss analysis tayo dito. However, kung mapapansin nyo, yung mga loadings niyan, meron dito. Pwede magkaroon ng loading dyan, okay? Pwede magkaroon ng loading dito. Kunyari, ito yung, halimbawa, ito yung member mo. Tumutungtong yung tao dito sa hagdan. Di pwede magkaroon ng ano tawag dito? Pwede magkaroon ng force along that member. Ibig sabihin, all throughout the section is pwede. This one is the scaffold, okay? Scaffold or scaffolding. Ito namang isa is ito is machine, okay? Actually, hindi naman natin sakop yung machine with regards to the not the machine. Ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, guys, is the frames, okay? Yung machine mismo, either sa mechanical engineer yan, sa electronics, or whatever, but yung pinag-uusapan natin is etong frame na to. Kasi kung maaalala nyo, based on the tingin lang, kahit sabihin natin based on observation, yung mga machines na to, guys, ito, tulad yan, etong part na to, etong part na yan. Okay? Kung maaalala nyo, guys, mabibigat yan, mga heavy equipment yan. Ibig sabihin, at that point, halimbawa, ito yung nakakonekta dyan, di ba? At this point, nakakonekta dyan yung mo. Ang tendency niyan, at this point, din ka magkakaroon ng external load. Hindi ka lang nag-a-apply ng load. Wait lang. Hindi ka lang nag-a-apply ng load anywhere. Sorry. Ayan. Hindi ka lang nag-a-apply ng load anywhere within this one, and then this one. So, all throughout the section, pwedeng meron kang load na ma-experience dyan. So, ibig sabihin, yun guys, yung pinagkaiba ng truss analysis natin sa frame analysis. So, that's machine. Ito naman, guys, is the structures to. Mga structures. Okay? Mga structural frames. Structural frames. Okay? Ayan naman, guys, is mga structural frames. Ito is combination ng beam and column. Pag sinabi natin column, yung mga vertical joints natin, yung mga vertical post natin. Ayan. Pag sinabi naman beam, guys, ito naman yun. Yung mga lateral structure na yan. Ayan, guys, pwede ka kasi magkaroon ng loading dito. Okay? And then, for column naman, ibang usapan naman na yun. That's, pagka sa dating nyo naman na structural engineering mismo, magigess yun na yun. However, guys, yung beam yun yan. Ito, guys, yung mga beam, ito yung na-analyze natin na beams. Okay? So, yan. Ibig sabihin, yung force mo pwedeng directed dito all throughout, pwede ding, di ba nga, meron tayong tinatawag ng mga uniformly distributed load, pwede rin na ganun. At panghuli naman, guys, is etong sa mga bridges naman to. Ano tawag dito? Cross frame. Sa mga bridges naman to, guys. Okay, mamaya papakita ko, meron ako slide dito. Supposedly kasi these are para sa face-to-face classes nga sana. However, yun nga. So, anyway. Ito yun, guys. So, for machine, ito yung machines natin. Okay, ayun yung machine natin. Ito yung pinag-aaral natin dyan. This one. Yung mga frames na yan. And for scaffold, basically, ito lang yun. Okay, basically, ayan yung mga, kung mapansin nyo sa mga tall buildings, sa mga skyscrapers, dyan tumutungtong yung mga tao, tama? Para ma-access nila yung mga per floor natin kapag ka nagko-construct na tayo ng mga high-rise building. Ito, guys, yung sa cross brace. Okay, ayan. Cross bracing naman to para sa bridge natin to provide extra stability para dun sa structure natin. Kaya kung mapapansin nyo, medyo maganda na itong nasisimulan natin sa statics kasi napipicture nyo na kung ano ba yung, kung saan nyo ba maia-apply yung mga concept na to in real life. O hindi na lang tayo basta aral ng aral na hindi natin nalalaman kung para saan ba yung mga inaaral natin. So ito, meron na kayong clear view towards that. O, for example, ito naman yung frames natin. Okay, these are the columns, and then ito din, slabs naman yan. Okay, yan is inaaral din natin yan. Okay, pero yan guys is mas i-elaborate pa natin during the higher engineering. Okay, and then of course ito naman, okay, yung para sa mga, ito kasi is concrete frames ito naman is steel frames. Okay, papansin nyo may mga connections din dito yan. However, hindi lang naman basta dito nagkakaroon ng mga external loadings yan, tama? Kung mapansin mo, these are steel beam, okay? And then all throughout the beam na yan, may nakapatong, nakaka-form ka dyan ng uniformly distributed loads mo. Okay? Ang tendency nun, ibig sabihin, hindi ka lang sa joints niya nag-a-act. Okay? So, yun lang naman basically yung concept ng ng frames. For frame is a structure made up of beams and columns connected together, capable of resisting axial loads. Ito guys, axial loads. Pag sinabing axial load, is ito yung diretso or directly towards dun sa cross-section ng structure mo. Shear force, okay, shear force and then bending, okay? Okay, moments. Unlike trusses, frames are rigid and do not assume pin connections only. Ibig sabihin, may mga instances dito na makakita ka na ng mga fixed supports, diba? So, hindi ka lang magbe-base dun sa roller at saka sa sa roller and then sa pin supports, pin or hinge supports. So, yun. Ganito guys, para lang mas magkaroon kayo ng idea, ito nga supposedly nga kasi is face-to-face natin ito aralin, medyo nakakalungkot lang. Ano ba yung pinagkaiba? For members guys, ito is straight, okay, straight, teka lang. For members, simply ang truss natin is straight, okay? Tapos forming triangles or form triangles. Kung mapansin nyo, di ba, lahat ng truss analysis natin, halos lahat may triangles yan. Karamihan right triangles, di ba? For frames naman, it could be straight. Okay, it could be straight. Curved, okay? Curved. But and not necessarily triangular. Not necessarily triangular, okay? So it could be anything, okay? Para naman guys sa joints, etong connection natin is pinned or hinge. Kung maalala nyo, yung mga connections natin sa joint natin are pinned connected, okay? Or hinge connected. Kumbaga parang may mga bolt kang nakakonect doon, ba? And then kapag ina-analyze mo yon, okay, concurrent force system, no moment transfer ka doon. Ibig sabihin, wala kang moment reaction, no moment transfer. Bakit? Kasi nga, ang pag-a-analyze mo is that yung pagka nag-method of joints ka is a concurrent force system, yung mga force mo is nagpa-pass through along that point of consideration, wala kang moment na napo-form. Okay? And then, ibig sabihin lang ng pin or hinge kasi is ina-allow mo yung structure na mag-rotate. And again guys, kapag ina-allow mo yung something na mag-move at a certain direction or at a certain rotation, ibig sabihin lang nun is wala kang support doon, hindi mo siya kino-constrict or hindi mo siya pinipigilan at that certain point, okay? Para naman dito, it could be rigid, okay? It could be rigid or fixed, okay? Makakita na kayo ng mga fixed reactions natin. And then, yung moment transfer natin is possible, okay? And for forces in members naman, okay, for forces in members, axial only. Ito guys, pag sinabing axial is yung perpendicular lang doon sa cross section. At ano yun? It could be compression or tension lang. Okay? Pagka naman frames na ina-analyze natin, it could be axial. Okay? Could be compression or tension. Pwede ding shear. Shear naman guys is yung shear force naman guys is parallel to the cross section. Kung ito is perpendicular to the cross section, yung shear naman is parallel. And then of course the bending, yung sinabi ko kanina. Okay? And then for load application, ito guys at joints only. Tama? Kasi dyan mo lang naman din nakikita mo before na lagi yung mga forces mo nag-a-act lang sa joints. At ito naman guys is anywhere along members. Ibig sabihin, pwede kang mag-act tulad na sinabi ko kanina, pwedeng mag-act yung forces or external forces mo along the method of along the member to consider. Okay, so yun lang naman yung mga pinagkaiba nila. And guys, method of members is an engineering. Ito, please take note of this. Method of members is an engineering statics technique used to analyze frames and complex structures. Ito guys, sanay na tayo dito. Medyo familiar na din tayo. by disconnecting and analyzing each individual 3-force member. This involves drawing free body diagram, okay, for each isolated member and applying equilibrium equations to determine the reactions and internal forces within the structure. This method is particularly useful for frames where members experience bending loads in addition to the axial forces. Okay? But guys, isa pang reason bakit natin ginagamit yung method of members is some structures is hindi niya kaya na i-analyze by method of sections and method of joints. Papakita natin yun mamaya. Okay? And then kung maaalala nyo, most of the naging examples natin and during quizzes is structure or statically indeterminate. Okay? Kaya guys, isa sa pinakamahalagang tandaan dito is eto nga. By disconnecting. Okay? Ito is, I think, na ipaintindi ko naman na sa inyo before yung mga pagbabaklas kabit na yan. So, yun ang idea natin dito. Method of members, guys, ay simply the baklas kabit method. So, yun lang yun. Mamaya i-explain ko din kung paano. However, ito muna, okay? Meron naman tayong steps in analyzing, okay? The free body diagram. In order to determine the 3 forces, mamaya explain ko bakit nga ba siya kailangan baklasin, okay? In order to determine the forces, okay, acting at the joints and supports of a frame or machine, the structure must be disassembled. Kailangan mo daw baklasin siya. Kailangan mong baklasin. And the free body diagrams of it must be the free body diagrams of its parts must be drawn. Ibig sabihin, yung after mo baklasin, tulad naman ng dati, i-isolate mo yung binaklas mo and then is-drawing mo yung free body diagram o lahat ng force na nag-act doon sa may member to consider mo. Kasi bibigyan ko kayo ng instance, okay? Kasi ang kadalasan tanong dito is paano mo daw ma-identify yung mga reaction force mo? For example, at A. For example, meron ka reaction at A. Should be RAY. And then, for example, ito naman. Ito guys, ano na lang natin to But you know that this is pin connected, kaya meron kang RAY sa RAX. Okay? So, by baklas kabit dyan, sa part na yan, ayan yung magiging direction ng reactions natin. For C naman, pin connected din to. Okay? Parang na-spoil ko na kayo during the quizzes kasi parang pinakita ko na sa inyo that yung support reactions natin are not just basically the combination of pin and roller support na pwede rin maging pin both, okay? So, paano yun guys? Kung titingnan nyo mabuti, okay? Sige, ipoprove ko na. Okay, this will be RCX naman. Ipoprove ko na. Kung titingnan nyo pa lang dito, if we're going to sum the forces along horizontal, makikita nyo na dalawa na agad yung unknown natin. May mahahanap ka ba dyan? Wala. Kasi dalawa nga yung magiging unknown mo dyan. And para naman guys sa vertical, dalawa ulit, which is the RCY and the RAY. Okay? Ibig sabihin, along the summation forces vertical saka along the summation forces horizontal, wala ka na agad ma-define na value ng mga support reactions mo. Try na natin sa moment. Sige, try natin mag-take ng moment. Siguro hanapin natin yung RAY. Summation of moment at C, kasi hanapin natin RAY, di ba? Considering counterclockwise positive, tama ba? Oo. So 0 simply equal to RCY. Okay, 5.5. Teka lang. Para pala magkaroon kayo ng idea guys, bakit ko nakuha yung 5.5 na yun. Ito, pakisolve na lang using the SOHCAHTOA. May pinuprove lang naman kasi tayo dito. Okay? Ito, nasolve ko to by SOHCAHTOA. Itong portion na to is simply 2.598. And then yung baba na to is simply 1 point. Okay? Okay. Ibig sabihin lang yan for RC. Sorry. Nasa ano pala tayo. So, this is, sorry. Delete ko lang. And then, ulitin ko. Okay? Sabihin, if you're going to get or take the moment at point C, ano yun? Considering counterclockwise positive, therefore, yung RAY mo pala yun, sorry. Your RAY, considering counterclockwise, ibig sabihin guys, negative to. Tama. Okay. If you're going to get the summation of moment considering counterclockwise positive, negative RAY yan. Kasi iikot yan, yung RAY mo, iikot yan pag ganun, tama. By taking the moment na from the C. So, ibig sabihin, iikot siya ng clockwise if you're going to take the moment from C. So, ang moment R niya is simply 5.5. Para sa yun? 2 plus 2 plus 1.5. Ayun. Next one is for RCX naman. For RCX, RAX, simply ikot din siya. Ito, pagka moment mo from C, ikot naman pag ganun yan. Ang tendency nun, this will be RAX multiplied by 2.598. Ang 2.598 naman guys is ito. Okay, yan kasi perpendicular distance ng RAX mo. And then, for the last one is yung 2,000. Ito, 2,000. If you're going to take the moment from C, basically, 2,000 multiplied by 2 lang. Okay? So, isi-simplify natin yan. I think this will be 0 is equal to negative 5.5 RAY minus 2.598 RAX plus 4,000. So, simplifying ulit. I think okay na yan. Basta ang idea ko lang dyan is makikita mo that meron kang unknown na RAY, meron kang unknown na RAX. So, hindi mo pa rin talaga mahanap. Pagka nag-take ka ba ng moment sa C, moment sa A pala, sorry, at you're going to find this one naman, tsaka eto, considering counterclockwise positive, 0 is equal to RCY multiplied by 5.5 minus, or I think plus pa rin pala, plus RCX multiplied by 2.598 and then minus 2,000 multiplied by 1.5 plus 2 is equal to 3.5. So, simplifying, ayan. So, RCY, so, gawin na natin 5.5 RCY plus 2.598 RCX, okay, minus 7,000. Kung titingnan mo, wala ka pa ring RCY, wala ka pa ring RCX. So, guys, ano nyo? So, this is statically indeterminate, okay? Hindi mo mahahanap pala yung reaction at C, tsaka yung reaction at A, kahit na gumamit ka ng static equilibrium equations mo. So, ano ngayon yung gagawin mo? So, dun ngayon pumapasok yung method of members, okay? So, una daw, ang sabi is in order to determine the forces acting at the joints and supports of a frame or machine, the structure must be disassembled and the free body diagram as shown. Kung titingnan nyo guys, binaklas natin siya at this point. Okay? This is still your point B, still your point B. Okay? Ibig sabihin at those point pala, pwede mo siyang baklasin. Para ano? Para sumingaw. Okay? So bakit? O sige, una, nabaklas na natin siya. Pangalawa is the following important points must be observed. Una, isolate each part by drawing its outline shape. Then show all the forces and couple moments that act on the part. Make sure to label or identify each known and unknown force and the couple moment with reference to an established x and y coordinate system. Also indicate any dimensions used for taking moments as usual. The sense of unknown force or couple moment can be assumed. Ibig sabihin, pag binaklas mo siya, i-isolate mo ulit. And then pagka-isolate mo, draw the free body diagram. Nabaklas na natin. Ang kailangan natin gawin, okay, for each part, ito guys, itong part na to yon. Sabi natin right part. For right part guys, nabaklas na natin siya. Ngayon, ano yung gagawin natin? Pagka-baklas niyan is, baklasin na rin natin doon sa may kabila. Okay, subukan natin baklasin na rin dito sa kabila. Okay, ibig sabihin, ganito yung magiging itsura niya ngayon. Kung mapapansin mo guys, that at this point, magkakaroon ka ng reaction dito. Okay? Magkakaroon ka ng RCX, di ba dito sisingaw yung RCX mo, and then dito naman sisingaw yung RCY mo. Okay? And then this is your 200 kN. Ngayon, sir, paano po itong B na to? Paano yung B? Paano po yung sisingaw dyan? Okay, sige, proceed muna tayo siguro. And then, eto naman guys. the following, ito. So, i-isolate mo naman. Kung na kanina na i-isolate na natin yung left side, ngayon naman guys, i-isolate natin. I mean, yung right side. Ngayon naman i-isolate natin tong left side. For left side naman, tingnan yung buti, na-isolate na natin siya, baklasin mo pa dun sa support niya. Ngayon, meron ka namang sisingaw dito na RAY, and then RAX dun sa may, papunta doon. Sige, subukan natin that maybe this is your RAX. Okay? Ngayon, eto na naman, dito yung force na naman sa B na yan. Okay? Kung titingnan nyo, pareha sila guys. Kung titingnan nyo mabuti, pareha sila ng B. Okay? Kung ano guys yung na-extract nyo na idea dito. Ano yung na-extract nyo na idea dito by taking the free body diagram of both sides. Mapapansin nyo, equal sila, na pareha silang may point B. Ayan yung point B na yan. Yung point B dyan, ito guys, yung point of contact nilang dalawa. Okay, ibig sabihin, okay, sige, proceed muna ulit tayo. Okay, identify all the two force members in the structure and represent their free body diagrams as having two equal but opposite collinear forces. Ito guys, ang concept guys ng two force member natin, nung una nating inaaral yung method of joints at saka method of sections, okay, is basically ang two force member is dalawang force lang yung nag-a-act doon sa may member mo. Ano yun? It could be tension or compression. Okay? Di ba kung naaalala nyo yung member natin, for example, ito yung truss natin. Okay? Kung naaalala nyo guys, ito yung for example, joint A for example yan. At pag binaklas mo to, ang tendency niyan lalabas doon. It could either be tension or pwede din naman papunta dito, compression. So yun guys yung two force member natin. Ang three force member na tinatawag natin is hindi na ganun. Okay? Ito kasi is axial lang. Purely axial. Yan yung tinatawag natin na axial. Perpendicular lang yung direction ng force mo papunta or palabas doon sa cross-section ng structure mo or ng member mo. Okay? Member na tinatawag natin. Ang three force member na tinatawag natin guys is simply, ito yung member mo. Okay? Yung member mo for example, and then meron ka ngayong force dito. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, hindi lang siya tension or compression, papunta or palabas doon, okay? O hindi lang siya ganyan, towards doon sa cross-section ng, meron ka pang force dito. So, ibig sabihin, meron kang 1, 2, okay? 2 for tension or compression, at saka meron ka pa dito, which is 3. Yan yung tinatawag na 3 force member. Ngayon, ang sabi is identify daw natin yung 2 force members in the structure and represent their free body diagrams as having two equal but opposite collinear forces acting at their points of application. Kung titingnan nyo, alin dito ngayon? O sige, papangalanan natin. A and then B. Sa dalawang na yan, sa tingin nyo, saan dyan guys yung two force member? Is it A or B? Kung titingnan nyo yung B natin muna, okay? Okay, yung member natin na to, yung member BC natin is a two force member. However, meron kang 2,000 Newton acting at their midspan or acting at the midpoint of the member. However, hindi na yan, hindi na siya pasok dun sa criteria natin that we need to only have tension and compression across the member. So, ibig sabihin, itong B is hindi yan two force member. Okay? So, ito bang isa na to? Okay? Yung bang isa na yan, along this member ba, along this section ba, is meron ka ba nakikita another external force acting on this one, meron ba? Basically, wala. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ito palang B natin is a two force member. Ibig sabihin lang nun guys, makinig mo nang mabuti. Okay? Ibig sabihin lang nun guys, yung internal force mo, okay? It could be tension, okay? Or compression. Di ba yan yun? Pagka pinabaklas natin, sisingaw. Ibig sabihin pala, okay? Ibig sabihin pala guys, ire-represent daw natin siya as having two equal but opposite collinear forces. Kung ganun pala, kung ano yung force na sisingaw dito sa B, at point B, dito sa may member A mo, sabihin natin, tawagin natin siya member A. Kung alin yung sisingaw dun sa member A mo, burahin mo natin. Kung alin yung sisingaw na force dito sa member A mo, okay? siya rin pala yung sisingaw na force dito sa ito member A natin. Okay, ulitin ko lang, ito yung member A natin. Kung ano pala sisingaw dito sa joint B mo dito, okay, that since this is a two force member, pwede ba nating sabihin na siya rin yung sisingaw dito? Okay? But in opposite direction only. Okay? Yung direction ng force na yan is pwede mong i-assume. Okay? Can be assumed. Ibig sabihin, it could either be tension or compression nga, para ka lang nag-method of joints dito. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, so, yun lang. Yun lang naman yung idea for that. Okay? Ngayon, magkakaroon na ba kayo ng idea? For example, ito. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ito, pwede ba siyang sulatan dito that RCX and then, basically, RCY CY and then this will be your RCX. Okay, at the date, ito naman is force or member or force AB. Okay, kasi nga to force member nga siya. Okay, o, ibig sabihin, ganun lang din yon. Ibig sabihin, yung force na to, sabihin na natin guys that this is your member AB, di ba, internal forces. Ang tendency kasi niyan, kung ano yung magiging internal reaction niya dito, di ba, pag binaklas mo yan, dun sisingaw yung internal forces, internal reaction niya, yun din yung internal reaction niya na maita-transfer niya dito sa point na to. Doon sa point na yun. Kaya magre-react naman yun in opposite direction. Okay, mamaya mas mai-explain natin siya kapag nag-solve na tayo ng problem. Okay? Okay, but for now, okay. So, yun muna yung concept. And then sabi guys, forces common to any two contacting, ayun, sinabi ko na pala dito, sasabihin din pala dito, two contacting members act with equal magnitude but opposite sense. For example, yung sisingaw mo nga dito, yung sisingaw nga dito, for example, is 100 Newton. Siya rin yung sisingaw dito guys, but in opposite direction of 100 Newton as well. So yun lang, yun yung two contacting points. At nangyayari lang yun guys, if yung member mo is a two force member. Nagkakaintindihan ba? Ibig sabihin, kailangan at least meron kang isang two force member. At yung isang two force member mo na yun is yun yung nakakonect ngayon doon sa may joint mo ng three force member or more. O ibig sabihin kasi, kaya ka lang nagkaroon dito or kaya lang nagkaroon ka dyan ng tension or compression dito sa point na to kasi nga, yung member mo is a two force member. Wala siyang external force acting dito. Pero if magkakaroon yan, mababago yung internal force mo dyan. At magiging inconsistent yan, so hindi mo pwedeng i-transfer yung loadings mo dito, hindi siya magiging equal dito. Okay, so yun lang yun. Kaya kailangan, mahalaga na meron tayong external or meron tayong two force member sa frame natin. Okay, para ma-solve natin siya. Okay, so redraw ko lang. Okay, and then, ayun na. For equilibrium equations, same lang naman yun. Wala namang ibang nadagdag. Parehas lang na may gagawin natin. But ang consideration natin dito is parang method of sections. Non-concurrent, non-parallel yung force system na mangyayari dito. Okay? So, yun. So, I think, solve natin to. Okay? Okay, guys? So, i-solve muna natin to. So, ito lang din naman yung problem kanina. Okay? Huwag na tayo lumayo. Huwag na tayo munang gumamit tayo ibang problem. So, basically, guys, i-draw na natin. Okay? This will be your member A. Member B pala yung dinenote natin dito kanina. This will be your member B. And this will be your member A. Okay? So, for example, dito muna tayo mag-focus sa member B. Okay? Kung titingnan nyo guys, di ba sinasabi natin that this AB is a two-force member. Tama? Ibig sabihin ko, ano isisingaw dyan, equal lang din siya dito. Kung titingnan nyo mabuti, can we say, okay, pwede ba nating sabihin na if we assume, okay, that this will be, teka lang, masyadong makapal. Okay. Ibig sabihin, if we assume that yung force AB mo is towards dito, for example, this will be your FAB. Pwede ko bang sabihin that this is also your FAB? Guys, again, yung member na to is internal forces ng member FAB. Kaya mo siya pwedeng ganyanin or kaya mo pwede siyang i-consider na ganyan is because two force member lang siya. It could either be away nga or towards dun sa may cross section ng member natin. So ibig sabihin at this point of contact, pwede ba na sabihin that this is also your FA B din. So, ibig sabihin, okay, considering, okay, na pagka pinagdugtong mo yan, 60 degrees ito from the x-axis, pwede ko bang sabihin that this is also 60 degrees from the x-axis. So, technically, pwede. Okay, so, pwede na ba tayo mag-solve na equation? Ito guys, basically, is kung titingnan natin, this will be your RCY. Tama ba? This will be your RCY and also, ito naman is the RCX. Okay, kung titingnan nyo, pagka na-isolate na natin tong member B natin, okay, itong member B, okay, i-isolate natin tong member B natin, ano yung mangyayari? Ibig sabihin, pwede na ba tayo mag-take ng equilibrium equation? Guys, ang pagsasolve ng equation, pagsasolve ng sa method of members is one at a time, okay? Ibig sabihin, i-isolate mo muna yung isang member bago ka mag-solve ng another member. Okay, so kung ganun pala, can we say na member B na lang? At either way, pwede ka naman dyan magsimula. Kahit saan ka naman magsimula. Ito, sige, i-assume natin that this will be your RAY and this will be your RAX naman. Okay? Ngayon guys, pwede na ba tayo mag-take ng pwede na ba natin, mahahanap na ba natin to ngayon? Since nabaklas na natin tong portion na to, sumingaw siya, knowing that yung force mo is RAV towards dun sa may joint mo na yan. Pwede na ba? So, technically, yes. Pagka nag-take tayo guys ng summation, pag nag-take tayo ng summation, sige, pwede na tayo mag-take ng equilibrium equation. So, considering member B muna, okay? Considering member B muna. Okay, ibig sabihin lang yan, summation forces. Okay. Okay, summation forces vertical is equal to 0. Simply, 0 is equal to RCY, okay, minus 2,000. Kung titingnan mo, kailangan natin ng vertical component dito. Vertical at saka horizontal component. Tama. Ang mangyayari dyan is plus. Ano ba yung vertical component ng FAB? It is simply, okay, simply plus FAB, okay, sine of 60. Tama. So, simplifying, wala pa rin tayong makukuha pansamantala, okay? Ibig sabihin, yung FAB natin, may makukuha na ba tayo? So, wala pa tayong makukuha for our FAB. So, simplifying, siguro pwede mo natin sabihin that RCY plus FAB sine of 60 simply equal to 2,000. Okay, ito muna equation 1 natin. For equation 1, ito muna. Okay? Now guys, is summation. Let's take the summation of forces horizontal naman equal to 0. Okay, ibig sabihin, 0 simply equal to ito, yung vertical component natin dito. Kung mapapansin nyo guys, ito kasi yan eh. Ito yung vertical component, ito yung horizontal component. This will be their FABX at ito naman is FABY. So, simply, 0 is equal to FABX natin is simply FB cosine of theta. So, FAB cosine of theta which is 60. Okay? And then, ano pa ba yung mga horizontal force natin dyan? Yung 2,000 ba sa kay RCY is horizontal force? Hindi. So, minus RCX na lang. Minus RCX. Okay? So, kung ganun pala, simplifying, pwede mo na sabihin that RCX is simply equal to FAB cosine of 60. So, yun. Pwede. Pero guys, yan na ba yun? So, hindi pa. Hindi pa. Wala pa tayong nahahanap dyan. Okay? Wala pa tayo basically nahahanap dito sa ginagawa natin. Meron pa lang tayo guys. We can name this as equation 1. We can name this as equation 2. Okay? Ngayon guys, yari na tayo ng horizontal vertical. Pwede na ba tayo mag-take ng moment? Paano mo mahahanap dyan yung FAB? Simply, pwede ka mag-take ng moment dito sa C. Okay? Nagigets ba? So, if you're going to get that, ang tendency niyan is yung FABY mo, isisingaw siya. Teka, burahin nga natin. Makamalito kayo dito. Tanggalin natin yan. Okay? Tapos, ganito gawin natin. Burahin din natin itong ano na to. Okay. Ang gagawin natin is, eto guys. Ito yung magiging FA-BY natin. Simply, this will be your FA-BX. Kung ganun, if you're going to take the moment pala, okay, if you get the summation of moment at C equal to 0, consider natin na clockwise positive na lang din. Okay? So, 0 is simply equal to FA-BY. FA-BY multiplied by 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. 4. Ano pa yan? Ano pa yung force na ano dyan? The 2,000. So, yung 2,000 mo is iikot siya from C, iikot siya ng counterclockwise. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, can we say that minus 2,000 multiplied by 2? Okay? So, pwede na ba natin mahanap yan? So, simply, 0 is equal to, ano yung FABY natin? Simply F, force ng AB, sine of 60 multiplied by 4 minus 2,000 multiplied by 2. Mahanap na ba natin FAB? Pag mahanap naman natin FAB, so 0 simply equal to X, or simply FAB cosine of 60 times 4 minus 2,000 multiplied by 2. Solving, makukuha natin is teka lang. Makukuha natin, guys, is parang may mali ako. Okay, kulang ako ng FAB sine pala, sorry. FAB sine of 60. Okay. So, FAB sine ng 60 multiplied by 4. Makukuha minus 2,000 multiplied by 2. Ang makukuha natin is 1154. Guys, masabayan nyo kung mag-solve, no? 7, 0. Ano to? Newton. O yan na, guys, yung para sa FAB natin. Okay? FAB. Yan na, guys, yung magiging force natin sa FAB. Ngayon, makukuha na ba natin yung R? Makukuha na ba natin, guys, ngayon yung RCY natin? So, simply, yes. Okay? Yung RCY mo ngayon plus FAB sine of 60 is simply equal to 2,000, knowing na yung FAB mo is simply 1154.7 T. Makukuha mo na ba yung RCY? Yes, the RCY is simply equal to 54.7T sine of 60 equal to 2,000. So, ibig sabihin, makukuha natin yung RCY natin as 1,000 Newton. So, ibig sabihin, eto na yun. Okay? And then, next one naman, guys, is for RCX. Makukuha naman natin RCX. Yung RCX natin is simply FAB cosine of 60. Knowing na yung FAB mo is 1154.70. Okay? Therefore, your RCX now is equal to 1154.70 cosine of 60. This will leave us 577.35. 577.35 Newton. In this case, nakuha na natin yan, guys. Okay? Nakikita nyo ba yung process? Na-appreciate nyo ba siya? I hope na na-appreciate nyo, guys, yung process ng method of members natin. So, ibig sabihin, yung FAB pala natin na to, okay, yung FAB natin, knowing na tama, okay, na at this point pala, teka, palitan ko ng kulay, and let's make it, ibig sabihin na tama, nag-positive yung sagot natin sa FAB. Ibig sabihin yung FAB natin is tama, na compression siya at joint B. Compression siya papunta dyan. Ngayon, di ba sabi sa atin, yung any equal force at their point of contact is same ng magnitude ng force but equal in direction. Ibig sabihin, pag yung force FAB natin, inilipat natin dito, equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Ayan ngayon yung magiging FAB natin. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, pwede na ba tayong lumipat dito sa member ano natin, pwede naman tayong lumipat dito sa member A natin. So, I think, pwede na. Knowing na meron ka ng FAB. So, makukuha mo na ba doon? Tingin mo ba, makukuha na ba natin doon yung, makukuha na ba natin doon guys, yung for RAX saka RAY natin? I think, yes, makukuha na natin yung RAY saka yung RAX natin. Okay? Paglipat natin dito guys, for member A na tayo. Okay? Okay, lipat na tayo dito guys for member A natin. Okay? It is simply, makinig munang mabuti. Okay? Paano ba? Paano ko ba siya i-redraw? Ano ko ba to? Ay, hindi pala. So, paano ba? So, drawing ko na lang siguro ulit. Drawing ko yung i-drawing ko yung member A naman natin, knowing na ito yung bilog, and then pa ganyan. Okay, wait lang. Ako nagtsatsaga sa meron niya palang line na ganun. Okay. Teka lang. Okay. So, pwede ko bang i-ganyan. Ayan ngayon yung mo. Ayan ngayon yung, and then meron ka ditong RAY, sorry. And then meron ka dong RAX. Tapos knowing na yung force mo dun sa isa kanina this is FAB, which is equal to 1154.70. 70 Newton. Okay? Ibig sabihin, knowing that this is 60 degrees from the positive x-axis, so makukuha mo na ba? I think yes. Makukuha mo na yan. Okay? Pagka kinuha mo yan, if you're going to get the summation forces vertical is equal to 0, okay? Yung 0 mo is equal to RAY minus 1154.70 sine of 60. Therefore, your RAY is simply equal to 0 at equal to x minus 1154.70 sine of 60. Pag sinipsolve mo, ang makukuha mo dito is simply 1,000. Okay? For RAY mo, teka lang, tama ba? For RAY, makukuha mo simply is 1,000 or 999.99, say 1,000 Newton. And for RAX naman, if you're going to get the summation of forces horizontal is equal to 0, 0 is simply RAX minus 1154.70. By the way guys, ang 1154 na tinutukoy ko is the force AB. 70 cosine of 60 naman. So yung RAX mo is simply, ito highlight ko lang guys, this will be your RAY. Okay. And for RAX naman, 0 is x 1154.70 cosine of 60. Makuha natin dito is simply for RAX is 577.35 lang din. Simply 577.35 Newton. So yun na guys, yung para sa ganun lang kasimple yung gagawin natin. First is to identify siguro para mas ma-prove mo. Dito, ang first step natin is not to get the reaction forces kasi we all know na medyo na-indeterminate siya when it comes to solving for the equilibrium equations. Hindi ka makakapagpalabas, di ba? So, ang kailangan mong gawin is baklasin. Pag nabaklas mo yun, identify mo kung alin doon yung zero force member. Sa zero force member na yun, doon sisingaw yung isang tension or compression lang. At point of contact, guys, equal sila doon. Tama? Pag nag-equal sila doon, kung ano yung force or direction ng force at the point of contact sa member A is opposite but same magnitude doon sa point of contact sa member B na kino-consider mo. Ganun lang kasimple. Okay? So yun, nakuha na ba natin yung mga sagot natin? So basically, so yes, nakuha naman na natin yung mga mga answers natin. However guys, is hindi pa pala yan. Sorry, baka kayo mamali kayo. Dito madalas nagkakamali. Marami kong nakikitang pagkakamali dito. Okay? Ang RC guys is simply equal to square root of RCY square. Teka lang, ang kapal na naman. Simply is equal to RCY square plus RCX square. Okay? So, ano yun? Simply, eto lang. Okay? So, yung RC mo is simply equal to, kasi baka mamaya, makuha niyo RCX, saka RCY. Hindi na kayo mag-proceed dun sa may pinaka, ano talaga niya. Knowing na, ano to dito? Knowing na pin or hinge support yan, may resultant yung reaction yan. So 1154, ang RC mo is simply 1154.7 Newton lang din. Okay? And then para naman guys dun sa may RA natin, is simply ang RA natin is simply square root ng RAY square plus RAX square. So yung RA natin is simply, ano yung RA natin? 1,000 square. So yung same lang, 577.35 square. So ang RA natin is simply, ayun lang, 1154.7 Newton. 1154.7 Newton. Okay, so same lang sila nung RC kanina. Okay, so yun lang. Please take the screenshot for this one para mas masundan nyo sa lecture and proceed tayo sa next example natin. Ito guys, I think another example tayo. Teka lang, magsiset-up lang ako ng ano. And then, I think yan. Teka lang Please wait. Sige. Okay? I think okay na yan. I think tingnan natin mabuti Sabi, from the compound beam shown, determine the following. Una is the reaction at A. Ito guys is a fixed support. Okay? Ito medyo yan, nag-recall na tayo. Kung fixed support yan, meron niyang horizontal. Okay? Baba. And then, meron niyang vertical. Meron niyang vertical, meron niyang horizontal. Meron niyang moment. Okay? At a certain point, pwede natin tawagin na yun yung moment niya. Okay? However, guys, hindi yan. Pinakita ko lang yan. Hindi pa yan yung direction na assumption natin. Ito, guys, is simply your reaction at C. Tama ba? Kasi, kapansin nyo, that's what type of support is that? That's rocker support. Okay? Para siyang roller support. So, ito naman for RE. So, ang rocker support, guys, ang direction ng reaction niya is simply perpendicular to the plane, where it acts. Yun yung plane na where it acts. So, yun yung niya. Ayun yung direction niya. Okay? Now, guys, the next thing we're going to do is simply identify saan ba siya merong mga ito guys, panibagong ito guys, itinatawag na internal hinge. Okay? These are internal hinge. Ito kasi is beam to. Whereas yung sinold natin kanina is parang frame siya in general, but kung mapansin nyo, connected din naman siya ng internal hinge. Yung pinagbaklasan natin kanina guys, yung internal hinge, okay? Unang step na dapat mo din palang tandaan is i-locate mong mabuti kung nasaan ba internal hinge. At the internal hinge, dun mo lang siya pwedeng baklasin. Again guys, pag kinuha mo to using the let's name this as RAY and then RAX. Tapos meron tayong moment at A. Guys, pagka sinolve mo to using static equations or static equilibrium equations, basically magiging dalawa na may unknown mo. So if this is RC, this will be RE. Okay? Kahit pag nag-take ka ng moment sa A, ang magiging unknown mo is simply yung RC, okay? And then yung RE. Pag naman nag-take ka ng moment sa C, ang magiging unknown mo is the RAY, the MA, moment at A, tsaka yung RE. So, ibig sabihin, statically speaking, or by using the static equilibrium equations, hindi siya possible. Okay? So, ang tendency lang yan is, hindi mo siya mahanap using the equilibrium equations. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yun yung isang reason bakit tayo nagbabaklas kabit. Pagka statically indeterminate, yung beam natin as a whole, okay? As a whole system, statically indeterminate siya. Pero guys, ayun nga, meron tayo dyang hope, meron tayo dyang pag-asa na ma-solve yan using yan niya, ilocate mo yung mga hinge. Kasi doon mo pa siya pwedeng baklasin. At pag hindi binaklas, hindi. O narinig ko kayo. Okay? O, ibig sabihin doon lang. O, for example, i-consider natin siguro, tatlo yan dahil dalawa yung pin or hinge niya, we can consider this one as, pwede ba natin consider that this is your I na lang. First member, the second member, and again, this one is the third member. Okay? Which is from hinge down to the, o saan natin pwedeng simulan. Pag pasinimulan natin yan sa A, okay, parang hindi siya masyadong, hindi mo pa makikita. Pagka naman sa C, binaklas mo yan, o pagka naman binaklas mo sa point C or sa hinge C, pwede naman. But, I think, simulan na lang natin siya dito sa third member natin. Okay? So, dito natin siya simulan. Okay. I think, masyadong makapal. Okay. So, ganoon. So, i-isolate lang natin yan. Sige, re-redraw ko na lang. I-redraw ko na lang siguro. Okay. Okay. And then, andito tayo ngayon sa point na to. Okay. So, yan yung roller, sabihin natin rocker support yan. And then, meron kang RE dito. Tama? RE. And then, meron ka dito 12 kilonewton. And then, for your dimensions, you have 6 from here. And 3 naman yun dun sa may dulo. And again guys, di ba pag binaklas natin siya, sisingaw. Therefore, if you're going to identify this one, since pin or hinge yan, ilan yung lalabas? Dalawa. Isang vertical saka horizontal. Ibig sabihin, it could be, wait lang. Yan. It could be this one, anong letter yun? D, o sabihin natin RDY. Oh no. Okay? It could be R, dy, and then parang naman dito, it could be R, dx. Okay? So, yun is internal reaction ng pin mo, ng internal hinge mo. So, ibig sabihin, kung mapansin nyo, if you're going to get the summation forces vertical, okay? So, pwede ba tayo and then, sabi nga dun sa problem natin is, after mo ma-isolate yung free body diagram ng member na kinoconsider mo, is ang next step mo na kailangan gawin is to determine or to solve using the equilibrium equations. Kung nabaklas mo na siya dito at certain point at done, pwede na tayo mag-take na equilibrium equations. O simulan na natin sa summation forces horizontal equal to 0. So, ibig sabihin, yung 0, meron ka pa bang ibang nakikitang force bukod dito? So, technically, wala. Diba? So, ibig sabihin, yung RDX mo, 0 is equal to RDX. RDX. Or so, simplify, RDX is equal to 0. Ibig sabihin, you have no internal reaction horizontally at that point. Nagkakaintindihan? Now, tapos na. So, I think, proceed tayo. Next is how about the summation of forces vertically equal to 0? So, simply 0 is equal to RE muna. Tama? RE. Ito, positive upward yun na. Okay, RE plus RDY minus 12 kilonewton. So, simply RE plus RDY is simply 12 kilonewton. I think, i-highlight ko to identify lang that this will be your equation. This will be your equation number 1. Okay? Next, ano pa yung pwede nating ikutan? Guys, again, pagka magte-take ka ng moment, dun ka lang pwede mag-take ng moment sa mga supports mo. Ano yung supports mo dyan? The external roller, which is this one, o the external rocker, tsaka dito sa point na to. Okay? However, pwede na tayo mag-take ng moment dito na lang sa E. Okay, safe naman dyan. Pwede ka rin mag-take guys ng moment sa RD. Sige na nga, doon na nga tayo mag-take ng moment. If we're going to get it, para lang mapatunayan natin na this one is an internal hinge, meaning support yan. So, pwede tayo mag-take ng moment dyan. Sige, summation of moment at D equal to 0. Okay, considering counterclockwise. Kung lumabas na naman yung kahirapan. Consider counterclockwise positive. 0 is simply equal to RE. Multiply by 6. Okay? Minus. Ito yun guys ha. Yung RE na ito yung tinutukoy ko dun ha. And then, ang moment arm niya is simply 6 meters lang. Okay? RE multiplied by 6 minus the 12 kilonewton. Ang moment arm niya is simply 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. Ang RE natin is simply equal to the moment of truth. 6 minus 12 multiplied by 9, simply it is 18 kilonewton. 18 kilonewton, nag-positive siya, meaning tama yung assumption natin, upward yan. So, makuha na natin yung RE. Okay? Nakuha na natin yung RE. Ayan na yung magiging final answer natin dyan. Okay, ito na final answer natin dyan. Ngayon guys, paano naman for RDY? Ang RDY natin is simply, okay, or if you're going to get the summation, ito lang yun. Okay, yung RE is equal plus RDY equals to 12 kilonewton. Okay, knowing na yung RE mo is 18 kilonewton. Okay, therefore yung RDY mo, this is RDY, sorry. This is RDY. Therefore, yung RDY mo will be equal to 18 plus RDY equal to 12. Ang RDY mo is negative 6. Negative 6 kilonewton. Kung titingnan mong mabuti, okay, negative 6 kilonewton or simply yung RDY natin is equal to 6 kilonewton downward. Okay? Downward siya. Ibig sabihin, consider natin to as our final answer muna dito. Okay? And then guys, ganito. Bago ka lumipat ng member, make sure na naitama mo na muna. Okay? Itatama ako guys ha. Okay? Pili tayo ng green to denote lang na itinatama natin yung ano niya. Okay? Okay. Wait lang. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, tinatama natin yung RDY mo. Okay? That yung RDY mo is actually 6 kilonewton downward. Okay? Bakit ba natin ito ginagawa? Kasi guys, kung mapapansin nyo, di ba sinabi sa atin, okay, ito correct. Di ba sinabi sa atin guys, na pag maglilipat ka ng force from one member to another, is kailangan kabaligtaran ng direction nun. So, bago ka lumipat, make sure na corrected mo yung direction nung internal reaction mo bago ka lumipat sa kabila. Ipapakita ko sa inyo ngayon paano pag lumipat tayo. Pag lumipat na tayo guys, considering ito, okay. O, alam mo guys na at member 3 at member 3 downward yung ano mo. Downward yung RDY mo. So, paglipat mo ng kabilang member, di ba ang sabi natin equal magnitude but opposite in direction, ang tendency niyan, yung RDY mo ngayon is pataas naman siya paglipat dun sa kabila. So, lipat muna natin to. So, piliin natin yung member number 2. Simply ang member number 2, redraw ko lang. Okay. Redraw ko lang, ano. Okay. Simple. Teka, masyado maikli. Abangan ko na. Okay. So, simply guys, ang member number 2 natin. Okay. So, ito nga yung rocker support mo. And then, andito yung this will be B. Okay. Ito guys is simply D, E, and then yung point na to is wala naman na. Okay. D, E. So, ito nga yung D natin. Ito yung C. Okay, and then meron kang moment or meron kang uniformly distributed load dyan at this point. Okay. Ayan. Ngayon guys, kung mapapansin nyo, di ba, ayan. Ito ding B natin guys is internal hinge yan. Ibig sabihin, pwede mo rin baklasin dyan. Okay, so ngayon, ayan na yung isolated member natin. Ngayon guys, kung papansin nyo, di ba nagta-transfer tayo ng loading from one internal hinge to another. Kung hindi natin tinama kanina yon, ang tendency niyan, yung RDY mo na upward, ibabalik mo dito yan, which is magiging downward. Which is magiging mali ngayon. Kasi magiging equal na sila at saka same direction na sila nung supposed, supposed direction mo from member 3 to member B. Eh di ba nga sabi natin, equal dapat sila but opposite in direction. So, ibig sabihin, ang susundin na natin dito for member 3 is yung RDY downward. Paglipat natin ng member 2 ngayon, kung downward siya sa member 3, upward na ngayon yung consideration natin dito. At I hope na susundan nyo na. Okay? So, this will be your RDY mo ngayon. Tama? Yung RDY mo is 6 kilonewton. I hope maliwanag yun. Okay? And then, for this one is RC. Okay? For this one is your RC. Okay? RC lang yan. RC. And then, this one again, this is internal hinge ulit. Meron ka naman dito. Assuming ulit that pataas. Ito assumption lang to. RDY. And then, ayun nga, RB. X. Kung mapapansin nyo, wala din kasi siyang horizontal support, pwede nating i-cross out yan. Okay? So, ang lilitaw na lang na internal reactions natin dyan is for RBY, RC, and then ito. Okay. So, RBY, your RC, and then your RDY, which is equal to 6 kilonewton. Okay? Yan. Now, guys, pwede na ba tayong mag-take? Okay? Pwede na ba tayong mag-take ng moment? Okay? Ngayon, I think pwede na tayo mag-take ng moment. Subukan natin mag-take ng moment sa B naman. Okay, from left to right na lang tayo. So, summation ng moment at B equal to 0. Ilan ba yung magnitude ng ano natin? Ang magnitude ng ano natin is 3 kilonewton per meter. Ibig sabihin, yung force niyan is mag-act somewhere sa center niya. Ngayon, ano ba yung distances natin dyan? Ang sabi pala dun guys, huwag kakalimutang ilagay yung mga dimension kapag nag-isolate ng member. So, 4 meters. And then, ito naman is simply 2 meters. Okay? Tama? So, ibig sabihin, ayun lang. Now guys, pag nag-take tayo ng moment sa 0, sa B, so it could be 0 equal to, considering RC kinukuha natin, sabihin na natin counterclockwise positive, RC multiplied by 4. Okay? And then, ano pa yung consider natin dyan? Minus RDY. Plus RDY pala na 6 kilonewton. Plus RDY, which is 6 kilonewton. Lagay na lang natin. RDY multiplied by, ilan yung moment arm niya mula sa B? 4 plus 2, 6. Dahil natin ito dito. This is 6 kilonewton. Okay? Now guys, ano pa yung kulang natin? Ngayon, ang kulang natin is yung resultant force nung 3 kilonewton meter na uniformly distributed load. Ibig sabihin, can we say that if ito yung resultant niyan, iikot naman yan clockwise from B. Kung ganun pala, minus. Okay, o didiretso ko na to. Tingnan nyo mabuti. The 3 natin, siya yung magiging height mo. Height times the base natin, which is 6. Kung saan across the span, kung saan nag-a-act. And then, okay ka na doon, nakuha mo na yung resultant mo. 3 times 6, 18. So, ito yun guys. Pero ang magiging distance mo naman is simply 6 divide 2. Tama? 6 divide 2. Okay? Ngayon, makukuha na ba natin RC? I think yes. Okay? Solving. Tulungan nyo ako mag-solve. Tingnan nyo kung tama ba yung pinagagagawa natin dito. 3, 6, 6 over 2. Makukuha na ba natin yung RC? The RC should be 4.5 kilonewton. Okay? 4.5 kilonewton guys ngayon yung magiging RC natin. Ayun na yun. Siya na yun. Okay? Ngayon guys, paano naman yun dun sa may RB? Di ba hindi tayo makakatawid ng member 1 natin? Okay? No, dito sa member 1 natin, kasi area na tayo dito, di ba? Napatawid na natin yung mga internal reactions. Hindi tayo makatawid ng member 1 natin kung wala tayong force dito sa B. Okay? So para makuha natin yun, it is simply summation forces vertical na lang siguro. Wala naman kasi tayong forces horizontal. So 0 is simply equal to RC. Again, ang RC mo is 4.5 kilonewton. Okay? Plus RDY mo, which is 6 kilonewton, plus yung RBY na hinahanap, okay, considering na ang assumption natin nga dun is pataas, minus the 3 multiplied by 6. Okay, basically the resultant of the uniformly distributed load is the area of the shape of the uniformly distributed load. So kung ganun, makukuha po natin yung RBY natin yan. I think oo. So, 0 is simply equal to 4.5 plus 6 plus x minus 3 multiplied by 6. ang makukuha natin is BY or RBY natin is 7.5 letter V, 7.5 kilonewton. And guys, tama yung assumption natin, upward yan. Bakit nilalagyan ng ganyan? Again, to denote kung ano ba yung magiging direction niya paglipat natin dun sa kabila. Okay? However, for this one, tama yung nag-assumption natin. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, pwede na ba tayong tumawid dun sa first member natin? I mean, sa member 1 natin. I think for the last part, itatawid na nga natin dun. Wala na tayong choice. Itatawid na natin dun, guys, yung ating yung ating solution for member number 1. Okay, ito guys, free kayo mag-explore dito, to be honest. Marami kayong pwedeng gawin, so i-highlight ko lang to. But always make sure that you all follow nyo yung mga rules. Okay, ngayon guys, ganito, i-isolate ko na yung member number 1. Let me redraw this. Okay, ito guys is fixed yan, di ba? Okay, fixed yan, pero again, fixed yan. Pero again, hindi yan sisingaw kung hindi mo babaklasin. So basically, baklasin mo. Okay? Pag binaklas mo yan, may sisingaw dyan na RAY. May sisingaw dyan na RAX. Siguro, kung may sisingaw dyan na moment. Eto guys, yung moment na yan is again, yun sasabihin ko sa inyo, again, yung moment na yan, or yung MA mo na to, is assumption lang yan. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, nakadepende pa rin yan dun sa external loadings mo. Okay? So, ilagay lang din natin yung cross-section dyan, I mean yung dimension. For this one, simply 3 meters lang pala yan. Okay? At uulitin ko guys, kung mapapansin nyo, yung RBY natin at this point, is tama na upward siya. Yung RBY mo. Kung RBY mo is upward sa member 2, ano siya pag kinabit mo dito? Downward na yan. Tama. So, yung RBY mo dito is simply 7.5 kilonewton downward. Opposite in direction but equal in magnitude. So, pwede na tayong mag-solve ulit. Okay? Summation of forces vertical muna tayo siguro. Okay, dito na tayo sa baba. Summation of forces vertical muna siguro tayo is equal to 0. 0 is simply equal to RAY minus yung RBY natin. Knowing that RBY is 7.5, therefore your RAY is equal to also to 7.5 kilonewton. Tapos, ang liga. Okay? Yan yung sagot natin for RAY. Ngayon naman guys, is paano naman yung moment? Again, ito guys, is wag nyo kakalimutan to. Fixed yung support natin. And again, kapag fixed yung support natin, ano sabi? Hindi mo siya inaalaw gumalaw along the horizontal, vertical, at hindi mo rin inaalaw na umikot yung member mo. Okay? Ibig kaya siya naka-fix doon. So, ibig sabihin, magkakaroon niya ng moment reaction. Yung moment reaction mo na yan is simply ano ba yung moment na kailangan niya para ma-resist mo yung moment na produce nung load mo. In this case, nung nakapag-isolate tayo, ang naging external load na natin dyan, na gumanap bilang external load natin is the RBY na. Ibig sabihin, ano daw yung reaction natin sa A, okay, given na meron tayong RBY which is 7.5 kN. Kung titingnan nyo guys, pag nag-take ba tayo ng moment sa A, ilan yung moment na makikreate ng RBY natin? Yung makikreate ng RBY na yun is simply is simply equal to the moment reaction. Okay? If you're going to get the summation moment at A, simply moment A yan. Kasi may reaction ka dyan eh. Yung moment A mo, considering this one is clockwise positive. Okay? Clockwise positive. Ibig sabihin, ito assumption lang yan. Ibig sabihin, okay, yung moment at point A mo is clockwise positive. Iikot ngayon pala to, pag nag-take ka ng moment sa A, this should be RBY multiplied by 3. However, iikot siya ng count ng clockwise. Tama ba? Ibig sabihin, okay, kung titingnan mo mabuti, yung RA natin, titingnan mabuti, considering na iikot ng clockwise yung RBY natin. So, 7.5 ito. Okay? kung ganun, kung 7.5 yung MA natin, moment at A natin is equal to 22.5 kilo Newton. Pero guys, meron tayo dito guys na ano tawag dito? Meron tayo guys problem dito kasi hindi 22.5 kilo Newton counterclockwise yung moment na yung moment natin na yung moment dapat natin, okay, kasi ito magiging clockwise, di ba? Which is mali kasi ang reaction natin guys should be opposite to the direction of the moment created by the external force. Siguro, para mas maging madali yung pagsasolve natin, ganito na lang gagawin yung way. So, ito mali ito. Ito guys, mali yan. Kasi, yung direction dapat ng reaction moment mo is opposite to the direction ng rotation ng external force mo. Kasi kung clockwise guys, yung magiging ikot ng MA mo, tapos clockwise pa to dito, hindi siya magre-react doon. Tutulak pa niya yun pabilis. O para mas maging maliwanag sa atin, ganito na lagi yung gagawin. Summation moment at A, okay, equal to 0, considering clockwise positive, okay? Ang mangyayari dyan basically is M0 is equal to MA, considering na clockwise yun. At pagka nag-take ka ng moment sa A, plus 7.5 multiplied by 3. Tama ba? Yung MA mo basically is equal to negative 22.5 kilonewton meter. Okay. So ito may meter pala to, sorry. Okay. And then for your moment at A is equal to 22.5 kilonewton meter counterclockwise. Okay, ibig sabihin ang original or ang totoo niya is yung moment mo na to is iikot siya counterclockwise, which magme-make sense. Tama? Kung titingnan niyo mabuti, if you're going to take dito, magiging ikot na to guys ng force mo na yan is magiging clockwise. And again guys, pag nag-take ka ng moment at a fixed support, dapat pinipigilan mo siyang umikot at a certain rotation at a certain direction. Meaning, kung iikot siya ng counterclockwise dito, dapat yung reaction mo is iikot ng counterclockwise. So, na-prove ba natin? Na-prove natin. So, ito guys ngayon yung moment reaction. Okay. So, yun lang. So, I think take yung screenshot na to para lang mas madali nyo siyang ma-lecture. Okay? So, yun lang.